let's talk about the bloodthirsty stars of Predator, killer of killers. The Yautja warriors who stalk and slaughter their prey across time. From Viking Scandinavia to feudal Japan to the battle-scarred skies of World War II, these intergalactic hunters have perfected the art of the kill. But this movie isn't just about single predators doing one-off hunts. No, this one goes deeper, revealing a culture, a hierarchy, and a twisted sense of honor. And at the top of it all, a terrifying warlord called the Grendel King. Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. So today we're diving into each predator that appears in the movie, breaking down who they are, what they hunt with, and how far they're willing to go to earn their trophies. The Viking Predator, the Berserker of the North. We begin in 841 AD in snow-covered Scandinavia. Here, the first predator we meet is one that feels like a myth brought to life. Towering, brutal, and absolutely relentless, this Yautja arrives right after a Norse clan led by warrior Ursa lays siege to a Krievich fortress. What makes this predator terrifying isn't just its brute strength, it's how it fights like a berserker itself, matching the ferocity of its prey. It uses traditional Yautja tech, the wrist blades, cloaking device, and that classic shoulder plasma caster, but it also adapts to its surroundings. We see it using ice and terrain as cover, ambushing from above and turning the battlefield into a kill zone. Its kills, brutal. It wipes out most of Ursa's men with zero effort. One gets sliced clean through mid-charge. Another is impaled on a tree branch and then used as bait. Ursa's son, Anders, tries to help but ends up crushed under debris. This sets up a personal final duel. Ursa versus the Predator, and she earns her victory, barely, stabbing it through the jaw before it collapses. This predator goes down, but not before making it clear these aren't isolated hunts. This is sport, ritual, and challenge rolled into one. The feudal predator, the shadow duelist. Flash forward to 1629 in Japan. We meet Kenji, a rogue samurai estranged from his family, sneaking back into his brother Kiyoshi's castle, and watching from the shadows, the second predator. This one's sleek, stealthy, and clearly designed for speed and precision. Nicknamed by fans as the Shadow Duelist, this Yautja is more refined than the Viking one. Its armor is lighter, allowing for more agility, and it leans heavily into melee weapons, extended wrist blades, throwing discs, and what appears to be a retractable glaive. Its entire appearance feels inspired by the culture it's infiltrating. What's chilling is how it mirrors the samurai code. It stalks in silence, eliminates dishonorable warriors first, and only confronts Kenji and Kiyoshi once they've proven themselves. The castle becomes its playground. Guards get their throats slit before they even know it's there. One is pulled into the ceiling by a net trap. Another is thrown across the courtyard like a rag doll. But the climax? It's a tag team brawl. Kenji and Kiyoshi working together against this elegant killer. The fight is cinematic chaos. Flashes of steel, sparks from blades meeting alien armor. And in the end, they bring it down, but not without a cost. Kiyoshi dies of his wounds, leaving Kenji alone to carry the trauma. This predator's significance lies in its honor. It waited, watched, and chose its moment. Not unlike a true duelist. The W1 or T Predator, the Sky Reaper. Next up, we jump to 1941. In the middle of World War II, we meet U.S. Navy pilot Torres. He's flying recon missions in the Atlantic, searching for a mystery aircraft. What he finds is something far deadlier. Our third predator, the Sky Reaper. This Yautja is the most technologically advanced of the three. It uses aerial drones, camouflaged energy cannons, and even a gravity disruptor to confuse and disable enemy planes. It's hunting in the sky. And it's not just Torres in its crosshairs. Entire squadrons are wiped out without warning. Its ship is sleek and fast, with weapons we've never seen in the franchise before. There's even a moment where Torres discovers one of its downed crafts and finds it filled with human skulls. This one has been hunting humans for decades. But Torres, he's clever. He lures the predator into overusing its own tech, and with a suicidal maneuver, causes the Yautja's craft to crash using its own weapon systems. It's less a dogfight, more a chess match in the sky, and Torres wins. but like the others before him, that victory makes him valuable to the predators. Later that night, a ship hovers above his garage, and Torres is abducted. The predator isn't done with him. It's only just begun. The Grendel King, the warlord of the Yautja. Now let's talk about the big one, the real monster behind it all, the Grendel King. While the previous predators were solo hunters operating under ritual and code, the Grendel King is something else. He's not just a warrior, he's a ruler, a symbol of the next stage in Yautja evolution. We meet him on the predator's homeworld, or at least one of their hunting moons, a gladiator-style arena where warriors from across the galaxy are forced to battle. It's clear he doesn't just oversee these fights, he orchestrates them. He commands with a booming voice, his body adorned in ceremonial armor that's thicker and more ornate than any other Yautja we've seen. Gold-plated mandible guards, black obsidian plating, and a massive rune-etched war halberd that crackles with energy. But let's not mistake elegance for restraint. The Grendel King is a beast. When Ursa, Kenji, and Torres attempt to escape, he personally enters the battlefield. In one swing, he slices Kenji's arm nearly clean off. He rips a monster's jaw in half just to make a point. His dominance isn't just physical, it's psychological. He knows these humans are dangerous, and that makes him want to break them even more. And yet, even with all his power, he fails. When the trio teams up and Torres uses the warlord's own ship to ignite its boosters directly at him, the Grendel King is sent flying, screaming in rage. But he's not dead. No, he survives. And the moment the humans escape, he issues a terrifying command in the Yautja language, translated loosely as "let's go hunting." And just like that, an entire fleet of predator ships launches after them. This is more than just a king. This is the signal that a war is coming. Naru's cameo, a familiar face, a new threat. Before we wrap, let's talk about that final twist. After Ursa is recaptured and placed back in stasis, we get a slow pan across rows and rows of pods. In each one, a being captured after surviving a Yautja. Not just humans either, aliens from all over the galaxy. And among them is Naru. Yes, Prey's hero is here. War paint still intact, preserved, silent, and now we know. She too survived a second hunt, only to be taken like the others. It's a direct connection to the larger lore and a chilling one. Because if she's been captured, that means the Yautja are collecting warriors, and the Grendel King might not be the last warlord we see. What do these predators reveal about Yautja culture? Across all three hunts, the patterns are clear. These Yautja aren't random killers. They study, they adapt, and they select their prey based on challenge. But Killer of Killers reveals something bigger. They're also curators. They admire the rare few who defeat them. And rather than kill those victors, they preserve them. Maybe for future hunts, maybe for experimentation, maybe even to learn from them. It's twisted, but in their eyes, it's honorable. The Viking Predator represented brute power and legacy. The feudal Predator brought precision and honor. The World War II Predator showcased technological supremacy. And the Grendel King, he is the culmination of all of them. Ruler, warrior, collector, and destroyer. Our nerdy thoughts. Killer of Killers doesn't just give us new predators. It builds a predator mythology. These Yautja aren't just one-off villains anymore. They're part of a dynasty, each with their own flavor, tactics, and purpose. And the Grendel King stands at the top, looking down on a future filled with more battles, more trophies, and maybe, just maybe, his next defeat. Because let's be honest, with Naru, Ursa, Torres, and Kenji still out there, the hunt is just getting started. If you enjoyed diving into the world of Predator, Killer of Killers, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dive breakdowns. Which Predator was your favorite? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And remember, the hunt is never over.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.